And now we have sound on the stream. Would you look at this?
Amazing.
Right? So, hello everyone and welcome to Conquerors of Nolyn, featuring as almost always, Draenei playing Drachdarin, the blue dragonborn fighter. I almost said barbarian 3 times.
Not a barbarian.
I really had to fight it, I don't know why, but there you go.
Kolarys just gets a 1,000-yard stare. He's not a barbarian?
Right? We also have Spacey Ying playing Falkan, the black dragonborn wizard. And we have also Tinky 101 playing Kolarys, the copper dragonborn rogue. I never remember if it's copper or bronze. I need to remind myself that bronze breathes fire and copper breathes acid. Those are two different things. Also, I completely forgot to change your character sheet on the stream overlay, Falcon, because it still says your AC is 10, whereas it should be 13 because of mage armor.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that when we get to that. In any case, welcome to the episode 33 of Conquerors of Nolyn, featuring these wonderful fellows, and we'll play the intro and then we'll be back with a game for you all. So I hope you are ready for it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
English? What is that?
It's a lie.
In any case, I forgot my snack and I ran to get it, so I'm a little bit out of breath. In any case, hello everyone and welcome back to Conquerors of Nolyn. Last time around, with these fine gentlemen here, a lot has happened as always. Because things seems to keep on happening with these three. They keep on going places and things and talking to people. And things always happen when you talk to people. So, after finding themselves in the in the undead city of Crimne in the Shadowfell, this tree realized that those undead dragonborns were not actually mindless zombies out for blood or whatever else the zombies are out for nowadays. Those were actually just people who died and came to the Shadowfell as the spirits, found themselves a body in their likeness to take over and help protect the realm of the living and their children and children of children and so on from all the horrors of the realm of shadows. And thusly, the city of Crimne, the antithesis or flip side version of Hyde, has come to exist. However, upon entering the city, the party learned several many secrets. One which is that the city is split in two by a chasm, split in twain. And the only way to cross, apparently, is to go into an underground dungeon full of mad undead that have invaded the city as of late. The reason why they can't fly over as they have done previously by polymorphing Drachdarin into a giant owl is because apparently their guardian dragon, fancy name I wrote down somewhere, who's Durant, has vanished. He has gone along to accompany another traveler that passed through these lands. Um, did I ever tell you who was said traveler?
I think.
I think I should have, but I don't remember if I absolutely have. So, whom have I told you it was? Impromptu homework. Come on, you're on the spot.
Oh, oh God.
Hold on. What was the question?
Uh, a Fusdurant, the guardian dragon of Crimine, um, has crossed the chasm and went south along with a traveler. Have I told you who this traveler was? I believe I have.
Oh, we inferred that it was Cantus.
Right, you are. It was Kentus. Just wanted.
Honestly, I didn't want to say that. It sounds stupid.
You gotta trust yourself.
You're right.
He's your cousin. You need to be keeping track of him.
I hate this.
Just didn't want to say it out loud in case I didn't give you this clue before and
The what?
spoiled the answer for you guys. So, yeah, your Falcon's cousin Cantus has been through these lands before months ago, apparently, and he came through here in Crimne and he asked Fusdurant, the guardian dragon, to help him cross the chasm over to the other side by going through the dungeons. However, Fusdurant, the guardian dragon, never returned as its former self. Instead, it returned as a shadow version of itself. And the people of this town have said that it fell victim to the Shadowfell corruption. Corruption that, you know, corrupts all those draconic beings that find themselves in here, living draconic beings that is, they themselves, the undead, aren't as susceptible to that. They can still get maddened, but in their case, in your case, it's different processes to turn into a shadow version, and also a different process to come back from it. They said that you needed a cleric or a paladin or someone of like serious religious power to undo this curse to Fusdurant, cleanse him from the shadows. Unfortunately, none of you had that power within yourselves in your party. You did say then that you would cross. You needed to cross to the south to go to Madlenac, or the Shadowfell version of Madlenac. And they told you that you needed to go through the underground, but you needed to be careful with all the undead that roam there, the mad undead that roam there. After inquiring a little bit, preparing yourselves, and taking a nap, a power nap throughout the entire night, you also recruited, what's his face? Jokan Haldar, an artificer investigator who found himself here investigating the murder of Argrid, and upon finding the city of Kumine, decided to stay in the Shadowfell since, according to him, it's much better than the real world because people are not trying to kill and betray one another. However, after talking some sense into him, you made him realize that he could do some good to help others, and convinced him to join you in your journey south to Madlenac to stop Lady Uxian and maybe Cantus. I don't know what your objective is with Cantus, but I imagine you're trying to stop him and bring him back.
That's the gist.
Dope. So, you went into the dungeons, killed a bunch of undead. Somehow, Drachdarin apparently is coming to grips with his fear of undead. Also, we completely forgot to have you roll wisdom saving throws for that.
If you want me to have a timer where I just roll a wisdom saving throw every minute, I can do that.
Well, not every
Everything
minute.
here sucks.
Every combat would have been appropriate, but alright. But we forgot about it, and it's character development. You're coming to grips with your fear and all that nonsense. I guess. In any case, you cleared the dungeon, got a heck ton of bling by doing that. Several powerful magical items, all three of you have found. Meanwhile, Vargrid and Yokan have stayed in the back to help some of the survivors, quote unquote, undead, to return to Kumne, to the above ground place. While the three of you kept trekking ahead, killing a lot of stuff, until you came into a sort of what do we even call that? Polymorph incident? Perhaps that. And afterward,
Kill the rogue
Incident?
incident.
yeah.
The T-Rex in the dungeon incident.
Mm-hmm. The T-Rex in the dungeon incident. And finally, you met Pin, the pressure plate, whom, after talking to him and getting him depressed, has opened up the door for you guys and allowed you passage to the other side of this dungeon, across the chasm and back into the overground of the Shadowfell.
Falcon's favorite character.
Hmm. Should rip him out and take him with us.
So,
Give him an existential crisis.
In the bag of holding, he can be friends with the undead.
Margaret and Pin. So, crossed over after going back to Kumine, bringing back all of the survivors you found along the way, having another power nap to recover some of your spells and hit points and such. And then you went all the way back, crossed through the dungeon, came out on the other side, and prepared to resume your journey throughout the day. It is currently 30 past noon, and there you are. So what do you guys want to do now?
We could find a good place to rest.
I mean,
But
if we are
didn't all
good,
just-
we rested.
we just took a rest.
Oh, we did rest?
We did a
Short-
short rest.
Short rest.
Yeah, you guys had a short rest.
We've been sitting here for an hour, Falcon. Where have you been?
Staring into space, as per usual.
It happens. Sometimes I feel like I'm a puppet at my strings.
That's really deep.
Right?
The thing,
We should get moving.
the thing that happened is that as part of this short rest, Kolarys and Drachdarin recovered a lot of hit points because they took the most damage. Falkan, you took no damage, but you used a lot of spells, so I imagine you went through your arcane recovery. And because you also used the cursed grimoire, you can only cast evocation spells for the rest of the day.
Reliably.
I only just
Reliably,
looked at
yes.
the icon you used for Jokan, and I love him.
Oh yeah. Now also Jokan and Vargrid are following along with you. I recalculated some encounters to accommodate for these extra 2 characters you have with you, and things should be good. So, what up, y'all?
We should head south. There is no time to waste.
I'm good. Let's go.
If we can't fly, then we have much walking to be doing.
I mean, you're not wrong. Really, no other options.
I will just pick up my equipment and get heading back through everything to go south. We must go south.
Must go south. We must go south.
So, as you sing along the path going south, all 3 of you, or only Drachdarin and Falcon, perhaps, Yokan kind of strikes up conversation with with all of you. Apparently, Vargrid isn't much for talking. I imagine Vargrid is out of the bag, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Vargrid is out of the bag, but he's not much for talking. Not the most
He
sociable
is
guy.
like our bloodhound.
Sure. I don't know that he's good at perceiving things, but sure. Is
He knows where he detects where Uxian is surely after a while.
yes, yes. He's good at tracking one thing very reliably.
One person.
Fair enough. So yeah, Vargrid is not talkative, so Yokan tries to strike conversation with the rest of you. So, as you're going along, he's just, so you're going after this Lady Uxim because, of course, she killed Vargrid, but what else has she done? I mean, what is your involvement? Have you also been hired by the Neoduntuds to investigate the murder?
Oh,
I hate when the DM just rolls dice out of nowhere.
oh, it confused me for a second.
You asked me a question. Why are you rolling? She has sort of taken from one of our group something very valuable.
Ah. Well,
Or it just gets this really dark look on his face.
We plan to make her pay.
I see. I wasn't very fond of her the more I investigated into things. I never really found any concrete evidence that Lady Uxin did anything, but she was my prime suspect. That lady, she's very sketchy, if I say so myself. I had a feeling that even if she was not involved in the murder of Argrid Nilduntun, she would be involved in some other shady business, and overall, I had no reasons not to look into her, but I ended up here instead. But...
Well,
Oh, sorry, go on.
she came to you, basically, since she has come down here now.
Well, I wasn't expecting this development. I suppose I have the 3 of you to thank for that.
I suppose, in a way. If only it were under less dire circumstances.
Sounds fair. Furthermore, you mentioned also that you're seeking someone else? And another Dragonborn wizard?
no, yeah. My cousin, he's being an asshole.
What has he done? If you don't mind me asking, that is.
Nothing yet.
That we know of. However, if your cousin has been trying to visit old battlegrounds, then I worry that he's probably already up to something. And the fact that, the Dragon Guardian went with him and then came back all fucked up is kind of telling too.
Just a tad.
Hmm. Well, I don't know how much of an asshole someone has to be to find themselves in the Shadowfell of all places, but hopefully it's not too bad.
We'll see. I am not holding my breath for anything to turn out well. I've been in the Shadowfell before and everything went to shit the first time. I'm expecting it to happen again.
Oh, so you have been here before?
At a different time, yes.
Well, yes, I would imagine it's a different time. It wouldn't be now, of course, and it wouldn't be in the future, so it would be before.
Right.
So, I take it you're a Shadowfell Spelunker veteran. Have you got any tips to share? Anything we need to know?
Well, for one, that everyone should already know, this place preys upon your fears and upon, certain vices. So don't get greedy. One of my friends learned that the hard way. Almost got us in a lot of trouble.
Oh? What do you mean?
Well, he did a bit of casual, shiny thing. I think I'll take this with me, and it basically almost got us run out of a city. There's also creatures here far beyond anything I've ever fought in the material plane.
Well,
Things that get into your head.
I would imagine that there are indeed things, weird things, that we don't just find in the material plane that oftenly, but I always thought that